of the things that I really enjoy is people will come up to me and say, "You're Mrs. Case, aren't you?"
Well, you know you made a big impact.
Yeah, well, and I loved the teaching. I wish I still could do it. I miss some of those things. And I love it when kids will come up, former students will come up and remind me. And most of the time, I may not recognize them, but I know their names. Oh, yeah. I know. Some of them I even know why I remember them. Sometimes that's good and sometimes not, but it's usually a good thing. And Clinton was so good to me. Yeah. This village. This is my home.
One other thing that's probably a little unique too is in school we had drives for the war effort. We would pack up things and send them over, and we had clothing drives. And I remember I had a long coat, winter coat, that I had outgrown, and I put my name and address in the pocket, and it went to a girl in Poland, and I communicated or wrote back and forth to her for, till I was a freshman in high school. I still have her last letter, and she sent me her first communion wafer and told that coat was what saved her life that first winter. So kind of unique.
That's a great story.
And probably other people have had that experience, but it really was neat. And she would always write in Polish, and I had to find someone to translate it, but it was kind of neat.
The day after the fire, there was a sign on this building, "For sale." So we looked at it, and everybody said, "Don't buy it." No restaurant had ever made it on that side of the street, and that end of town. But we went ahead, and Gilbank Construction was just starting at that time, so they came in and did the remodeling, and all the walls were pegboards. And then we took a lot of painting to get it to look like them. But it was a good location for us.
It worked very well for you.
Yeah, and then Readers did the plumbing. And so the day that we had posted we were going to be open, for some reason Readers had a problem getting something, so the sinks weren't hooked up. So they had to finish that morning while we were open for business. Of course, then we opened at 5 o'clock, which now they open at 6. But I had a lot of early morning guys on their way to work.
Shirley Higgins Lannon. I was born on March 4th, 1932.
Okay. Who were your parents and other family members?
My parents were Wesley and Elvira Higgins. She was Elvira Bubels. And my grandma and grandpa came from Germany in 1900. And my grandma and grandpa Higgins were born in Rockton in Roscoe, Illinois.
Mm-hmm. So your dad was a Higgins, and your mother, what was her maiden name?
Bubels.
Bubels. Okay. Your dad was a farmer?
Yeah, he farmed with his dad some, and when they were married, then he went with my grandpa, my mother's dad, and then my grandpa Bubels bought a farm, and then they farmed together. Okay. And we lived in this big house in Avalon.
Do you remember World War II?
I remember the day Pearl Harbor was bombed because my folks were stripping tobacco, 2 acres of tobacco, and they were stripping tobacco, and I can barely remember the news coming on the radio. And then I also remember during World War II they had blackouts where you couldn't have a yard light or nothing on. In fact, my folks covered the radio, lighting the radio, because they didn't want any lights showing. That was the blackouts they had.
Did they put the shades in the house?
Well, that or they turned the lights off, one of the, yeah. No lights on whatsoever. No. But Clinton's a good town because every time you go there, you always meet somebody. You know, there's always somebody you know in Clinton. More than one person. There's a lot of people you know in Clinton. And they're so friendly. People in Clinton are friendly. Good town. Good, great farmers' town.